I should be live. Hello and welcome in. This is kind of a spur of a moment thing. I get it. How you doing? How's my sound, y'all? There seems to be an explosion somewhere I believe in Pennsylvania. I have to look at it. Like I say, this is kind of a spur of a moment. I was going to wait an hour to go live. 1 o'clock this afternoon normally if I go live. But yeah, welcome in, Carlos. Hello, Mike Smith. How you doing? Good morning, the Bud Files. I was listening to this scanner. It's not offering much news. It's spread out and everything. So, yeah, thank y'all for coming in. My ear's itching on the right. Spur of a moment live stream. I'm not well prepared, but I looked it up real quick. Saw there's an explosion. We've had plant explosions, all kind of fires across the nation, you name it. Trains on fire, plants, chicken plants, eggplants. Let me see if I can cut that off. Yeah. We got an echo in the house. Just thought I'd let y'all know and do a little short live. Yeah, appreciate it, y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Do I have a 5x5 raising my boys? Hello and welcome. Let me get to the news I was going to share at hand. Yeah, thank y'all. U.S. steel plant somewhere up in, I believe, Pennsylvania. Let's search it pretty good here. Let me cut that scanner off. Just a spur of a moment. I said every now and then I might do a live stream on something that happens. You know, when something happens, get it out there real quick. I don't know if this looks intentional. Thank you, Mike Smith. If it's a steel plant, so they're dealing with gases and things like that at the steel factories. I've worked at a couple steel factories in my life, and yeah, things are like, you know, pretty dangerous at times. Hello, Daryl Calhoun. I'm trying to get logic before authority to unblock you. He said he'd look into it. Hello, Curious Georgia. Yeah, near Pittsburgh. Is it? I got the notification a while ago. U.S. Steel Clairton explosion. There's a little bit of video and everything up here. Yeah, they're trying to put it out in Pennsylvania. I can enlarge some of this. So, yeah, it looks like a pretty massive explosion according to the picture here. Pretty massive, maybe like part of the plant or factory, whatever you want to call it. The Watchman, how you doing? You driving? So Daryl Calhoun, I hope I get it. Yeah, I sent him a message. Multiple people injured in reported explosion at U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works plant. You know, breaking news as it happens. Emergency responders on the scene as heavy smoke rises from the U.S. Clairton Coke Works plant. A source tells Pittsburgh Action 4 News. An explosion occurred at the plant. Did y'all know about this? Hello, Cindy Blignut. Thank you. Thank you for coming in, Cindy Blignut. Are you Cindy the moon lady? I don't know. Are you? No, I don't think so. No. There's another Cindy the moon lady, so takes moon videos. Yeah. Let me read a little bit. I don't know if it's how updated this is, or this is really just breaking news coming in now. Multiple agencies are on the scene helping with the fire and the rescue. Hello, Carol Sunflower. Good to see y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate you sharing me out, Mike Smith. Y'all don't have to do that. Isaiah 1:17, thank you for sharing me out, though. I really appreciate it. Your country is desolate. Your cities burn with fire. Your fields are burning, stripped by foreigners. There are fires all over the world. I know that for a fact. And a lot of forest fires like down in Brazil and Canada. It's like the world's on fire, y'all. Being stripped by foreigners right before you, laid waste as when overthrown by strangers. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate y'all coming in. And hello, Ken Raz. How you doing? No, I'm not the moon, Cindy. I'm from South Africa. Thank you. That's a long ways away. Thank you very much. South Africa. Is Elon Musk visiting today? I don't know. I'm just asking questions, y'all. Isn't that where Elon Musk is from? Yeah, he's a citizen of South Africa and America, I guess. Let's see if there's any new video about this. Yeah. Explosion. If I refresh this, it'll probably come back. So let's see what happens. Good morning. When you refresh it, it should bring in new video or whatever, whatever new video they have out here online. But this is pretty much the main video of it. Smoke chokes sky as firefighters fight to contain a blaze. Yeah, I'm losing people fast, but it's all good. Let me read it. It's a level 2 MCI declared incident under investigation. Casualties unknown. Reported scanners. Yeah, I got a scanner. I cut it off because the information is like, to and fro. You have to wait a while to listen. Photo post explosion at the U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works facility in Pennsylvania. Yes, level 2 fire or whatever you want to call it. I saw that. You did? Yeah. Daryl Calhoun, I said hi back, didn't I? I was going to go live in an hour from now, but yeah, this happened. So I figured I'd make it aware. Everyone, hello, Jim's camera at dawn. Good to see you, sir. Good morning. There's been an explosion. Major incident has been declared with emergency services responding to an explosion at U.S. Steel's Clairton Coke Works in Pennsylvania. Hello, Joey Calhoun. Been cooking turnip greens, boiled cabbage, and sweet taters. Hot up in here. It's kind of cooled down still. The mill is located along the Monongahela River south of Pittsburgh. Here's a different shot of it, y'all. Is a fuel used in the steel making process that is created by heating coal. I remember a chemical company, and there was drips all around this chemical company, pipes and everything, when you're doing pipe fitting work and stuff. Yeah. And this sucker is old. I won't name the place. It's up off of an interstate in Columbia. And it's real dangerous. Even neighbors around have complained for years, and it's got so much runoff. into the creeks and all that. What is a mass casualty event anymore? Usually they're using this word quite a bit. I noticed this. Anybody new in the chat? Let's see. They're throwing this word around, mass, mass, MASS. A few get hurt or killed or whatever. That's a few. That's not mass. Mass is normally like a whole lot of people, They're throwing even mass casualty events at these so-called shootings and all this stuff. Yeah, just a few people, get hurt and killed. I'm sorry that happens. I'm not saying anything about, that. The word mass, like a lot of people throw around Armageddon, I'm saying. According to the way I look outside, there is no Armageddon yet. So just throwing these words around, mass casualty event, you'd think there's 75 or 100 people, been hurt or killed. Just saying, you would think the way they throw this word mass around. And they're saying like how many? Mass casualty event declared after explosion. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. They said a few anyway. So where I come from, mass means a whole lot. A few means a few. There was an explosion today. Yeah. And this happened like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes ago. Something like this. This just came in 9, 10 minutes ago. It looks like quite a bit of the fire may be out, but an explosion throws everything in a lot of areas and, and keeps the fire from accumulating in one space, the way I see it, in one place or whatever. But yeah, that's quite an explosion, y'all. I can't imagine. I saw a while ago where it said, somebody said they live a mile away from it and they could hear the explosion. I was just scrolling through, I was like, well, there's an explosion, y'all. Yeah, infrastructure is more dangerous than you will ever realize. Our thoughts are with those injured and for the Mon Valley community suffering from the aftermath of this terrible incident. Multiple people are injured. So, yeah, I just want to put it out there that it's being called a mass casualty event. Please pray for the victims and their families. Let me make sure I'm not missing anyone. Hello, Denise Boyd Martinez. China Miriam, hello. Thank y'all for coming in. Which this can affect, commerce somewhat. Trains, things like that, delay a lot of steel or whatever. Here's a video here. Explosion reported. Multiple people injured. Here's one off in the distance a little bit. All these videos are kind of short. So obviously they didn't get the explosion as it happened. It's, the explosion after it happened. It's not like to break your phone out and say, well, there's going to be an explosion. Let's start recording. So, yeah. Obviously that, you didn't know not to do. You don't know to do that. The source tells Pittsburgh Action News, this explosion, multiple people injured. I'm just scrolling and looking and seeing if there's anything new before I leave the story, y'all. People trapped under rubble. Here we go. AP. Smoke engulfs U.S. Steel Clairton Coat Works after massive blast. People trapped under rubble. So, yeah, there could be more casualties. Just saying, y'all. I know people make good money at steel plants and, you know, chemical factories. And yeah, it, like I said, I was at a chemical factory and it was just dripping, you know, chemicals out of pipes and different areas. I was watching this boiler about to explode. This was years ago, y'all, when I was doing a little bit of pipe fitting. And that sucker, I mean, it must, about it, when it was overheating, you know, and it was just steaming out quite a bit. We come back the next day and it was just gone. So I knew it exploded and it kind of knocked down a little block wall around it. These explosions are nothing to play with, I guarantee you. This may be the explosion as it happened. Let's see. As it happened, let's see. Breaking at 10:51 a.m. today, an explosion occurred at U.S. Steel's Clairton Coke Works. A mass casualty incident has been declared with multiple injuries. Nearby residents should stay indoors to avoid exposure to the dispersing plume of smoke and all that. We'll post updates as they become available. Let's see if I can play this video here, y'all. I believe this is as it happened. We might have to go back and start over. Let's go back and start over. Let me read the chat. Hello, Wiss Christy, White Widow. Hello. Winter DuPont has a mass psychosis. Willie's Desert Hangout. Hello. How you doing, sir? You're in Arizona, right? Yeah, you're in Arizona. Poor Dirt Farmer. How you doing? Let's play this short video here. It's 1 minute and 48 seconds. It doesn't look like it has any sound to it, but I believe this is an on-site camera, you know, like closed circuit TV or whatever you would call it. I guess so. Which this could be after the explosion, and it's just smoking. I figured with all like these chicken plants and these meat factories burning down and all this, I was like, well, I'll just cover this explosion for a little while and maybe talk about something else as, you know, get far as I can with this and see the new updates or whatever. Yeah. Let me check your channel here, Christy White Widow. I don't want to turn everybody blue because if you're new coming over here, I appreciate you coming. I see you have a channel, 553 subscribers. Thank you for coming and keep coming over and I'll turn you blue. Everybody knows that. I want you to grow over here and I want to get used to who you are. That's why I don't immediately turn everybody blue. But most people that come over here are blue moderators, and you're able to subscribe to each other, and you know you can grow your channel as long as you come over here and subscribe, and people will subscribe to you. But anyway, regional fire crews are on the scene. Let me see what this says. Construction work was reportedly underway. Yeah, investigation is ongoing. Well, I hope a lot of people didn't get hurt or anything. I mean, breaking, of course, EMS crews rushing to the scene. Looks like quite an explosion. I mean, it'll take an investigation or whatever to determine what really happened. When they say mass casualty event, though, I'm just blown away. Anymore, it'd be a shooting or whatever, and people, two or three, get hurt or killed, and they call it a mass casualty event. A mass casualty event. I want. I just keep going, don't I? To me, it'd be a whole lot of people, you know. Multiple victims reported and helicopters deployed, heavy smoke and structural damage. Upgraded to a level 3 mass casualty event. A while ago, it said a 2. So, yeah. Yeah, thank y'all. Uncle Skin, hello. Johnny Small Pepper, sir, how you doing? I happened to make it home a little bit early today. I was out roaming around, and I got this notification, another explosion in America. Like, here we go. I know accidents happen, y'all. I know that. Um, yeah. A local place here in a junkyard. This guy, they hire a lot of Mexicans. They do. And these guys handle tortures and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. It's been quite a while. And the guy was cutting something with the torch. It's a junkyard. I mean, for cars or whatever, you can bring metal, scrap metal. Yeah. Out of bicycles, whatever. You throwing away old refrigerator and freezers or whatever. You go out, you find scrap. But the point is, this Mexican guy was cutting with a torch, and there was an explosion, and it hurt him real bad. So, accidents do happen. Yeah, sure does. I think that's pretty much it on the story, y'all. I'm gonna have to refresh it and see if anything else new has come out about it. This will be my last checkup about it. Hello, Lisa C. How's everybody doing? Today is Monday. I kind of looked in more about this homeless thing. I don't want homeless people to end up in jail or nothing, but they're saying this will help a lot of people, and I agree. That homeless people, a lot of people do need help. I agree, y'all. I've searched my heart over that, but I don't think innocent people that's trying to live, and get by or whatever should go to jail. Just me, under this new laws coming up and all this stuff. So yeah, a thunderous blast rocked the largest coke production plant in North America early today near Pittsburgh, triggering a level 3 mass casualty incident.
Been thinking that this were fire crews putting this water, but I think this water is maybe from a sprinkler system, as part of the roof may have collapsed, but the pipe remained intact, and that water just continues to flow out there. No firefighters are putting water on this scene. There is still smoke on the scene.
Oh, I shouldn't have clicked that one on. We done seen that one over and over. That's when my trouble starts, is when I start clicking. Yeah. And another story I hadn't covered since it happened, I figured I would do that this afternoon. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I covered this. This is pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, except for several are injured. And I'm not one to sit here and just repeat the same old, same old. The news is there's an explosion. And I don't know if there's anything getting in the air. It's not saying anything about any chemicals getting in the air or anything like that. That's something else I was looking for. Any chemicals, chlorine, whatever it might be, nitrous oxide, whatever the chemical, if there was any. So I don't really see anything about a chemical getting in the air. I may come back to this before I leave the live stream. So let's come out to the studio. Appreciate you, Mike Smith. Thank you. It's all good. It's all love. Yes, it is. My mama wrote a song years ago. It's all love and it's all right. I don't know if she ever, I don't know if anybody got their hands on it or whatever. If there's, but I promise you, like from when I was a kid, it's still on paper because it's all love and it's all right. Happy Monday. For real, y'all. Good scripture. The Watchman's full of scripture, y'all. Isaiah 1:7, your country is desolate, your cities burn with fire. I thought you already put that in here a while ago. Curious Georgia, how you doing? Somebody got mad at me the other day for not noticing them. They left a comment. I apologize. It's not intentional, y'all. I don't mean to leave nobody out. I want to call everybody. How long we been live? 28 minutes? So I wanted to beat everybody to that story. As we all know, yeah, there was an earthquake the other day. In case you didn't know. And I didn't put a video out about it. I know, y'all. Because I don't know if it was, but it was. It was damaging. Very damaging to Turkey. 6.2 in Turkey. Buildings have collapsed. Yeah, there was buildings, like a dozen different buildings collapsed. I guess a lot of these buildings are already loosened up from the earthquakes they've had prior. Yeah, you remember like last year or earlier in the year, I believe. I don't remember, y'all, but I do remember they had like a 7.5 or 6. But buildings are collapsing from a 6.2. So, yeah. And a few, I believe, were caught on video. I don't really mean to change the story because, I have to, because there's nothing more to add to the explosion. So, yeah, I just want to make sure y'all knew about this 6.2 earthquake that hit Turkey. That's why I was sitting here pulling up a few stories and, telling anybody that was in here early before I went live that I needed another minute or two. So, yeah, this is a shaky camera, obviously, from the earthquake. So I just wanted to make sure I pulled that up. This happened what? Was it yesterday or the day before? 23 hours ago, magnitude 6.1 earthquake hits Turkey. I mean, a 6.2 don't seem really, real strong, but it is, obviously, especially for these old buildings and places in Turkey that this video is old and was not shot in Turkey. But these were. After the main earthquake. This says 6.1 from the buildings, I guess older buildings and other buildings that may have sustained damage from the other earthquakes. Just saying, y'all. I mean, a video captured the tremors of the 6.1 that struck Western Turkey. Just making sure everybody knows about it. Just make sure. So, yeah. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about real quick, if I can find it. Thank y'all for watching and hanging in there, y'all. The chat's not moving, is it? All right, let me see if I can get this pulled up real quick before I go. This kind of took my time from my live stream this an hour later, but it's all good. I just want to get information out there. I'm not a news broadcaster and I don't play one on YouTube. I had a couple other things I was going to talk about, but this happened to occur. So just one of them things, y'all. Hello, G Day. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in to the chat and hitting that thumbs up, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. I have federalization in Washington, D.C. And Trump issued something today, didn't he? But let me go ahead and put this out here too. Breaking news. Humans now have 116 days until this alien comet that the Harvard scientists believe could be an alien ship arrives to Earth, which could hold a threat for every human alive. This alleged alien ship will arrive before December the 5th, according to what they're saying. Yeah, they've kind of backed it up. It supposedly, November or October even? We don't know yet. So the alien ship is on its way. For real. Is this when they're going to do that? Yeah, blue beam um, deception. Let me look one other thing up. Because this is real news. If I can find it real quick before I go. You still here? Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, everyone. I see 20 in the chat. I won't take much more of your time, maybe 5 more minutes. So let's go ahead and cover this real quick. We've been live just 35 minutes, so I want y'all to know I live on the East Coast, right? South Carolina. Yeah, this is, something I need to keep up with. If you live anywhere on the East Coast, they're saying Tropical Storm Aaron has officially been named in the Atlantic. This may look like a fish storm right now, but it's expected to intensify to a major hurricane as it gets closer to Puerto Rico this weekend. So, yeah, this is pretty much a breaking story. A lot of the Sahara dust is settled and gone or whatever out here. I figured out, it took me a little while. The Sahara dust, when it's prevalent out there over the Atlantic or whatever is coming this way, these hurricanes aren't coming. I put up a video few years ago on my channel where they're using machines to stir up the Sahara dust. I don't know, and this is like a Bill Gates idea. Particles in the stratosphere and all that, blocking the sun out, and machines to blow dust and sand into the air and move it this way. I don't know what the true proper purpose of it is, but anyway, when it's not happening, hurricanes can form. And that's what's happening now. Supposedly, Tropical Storm Aaron has formed in the Atlantic and could be a major hurricane by the weekend. I heard early on my news Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon or something like that, that from Monday to Saturday, that it could get here and hit the East Coast. So right now the wind speed is 45 miles per hour, moving at 20 miles per hour. Daryl Calhoun, I'll see if I can get you over there today, unblocked. I don't even know how you got blocked. And hopefully we'll see you if he's going live later on in the chat today. I welcome you to come along and enjoy the ride. So, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. National Weather Service is now so understaffed by 20 to 40% in Florida and southern U.S. that meteorologists urgently warn they cannot confidently predict hurricanes. Ain't that crazy with the technology we have? So Tropical Storm Aaron is forecast to become the first major hurricane this weekend. And if it intensifies and strengthens, y'all, even in that same report this morning, that it could be a hurricane, a category 3. And that's what this is showing in this picture here. By the time it leaves Puerto Rico and hits the East Coast, that it would be at least a category 3. Who knows? It could be even stronger than that. So let's keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I'm not worried, but I know the Lord will take care of us. Thing is, I need a little bit of gas for my generator and all these kind of things. If you're anywhere near South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, any of these areas, you got to be watchful for this hurricane. Let me make sure I didn't leave nobody out. Thanks, Tennessee. I like Oklahoma. Everyone, please remember to thumbs up. I don't mean to not look at the chat while y'all chatting, but I'm just running my mouth, something to lighten the day. The Watchman. I might go back and look at that. I've heard a little about the alien ship headed. The alien ship is on its way, Mike Smith. For real. The one they call in the comet that don't have a tail. Yeah. Let me look at one other thing I briefly touched about. I need to become a news anchor, y'all, for NBC. That way I can go ahead and be like, part of the central casting and stuff. Y'all, how much they pay? They pay $10,000 a week. I'll take the job for real. Hey, I'll go to New York. Hello, Creek Mary. Just got here. Well, good to see you, Creek Mary. Let me put this out here before I leave. As you know, Trump is cracking down. I enjoy live streaming, y'all. If I could just keep people in here watching and paying attention to me, when it drops down, on the views, that's when I kind of panic and leave. So, yeah, I could sit here and probably find stuff half the day to talk about, but it's people keeping in the chat, keeping people in the chat. All right, let's see if we can get this to share and pull up real quick. Government shall make no law except through Congress. I thought that.
So today we're declaring public safety emergency in the District of Columbia and
Trump declares a public safety emergency in Washington, D.C. and puts the police department under federal control. Still here listening while getting ready to dash. All right, let me get this to play. This happened today too, y'all. So yeah, I'm making sure I'm covering what, a little bit of what happened. As you saw, first 20 minutes in the live stream, there was an explosion in Pennsylvania. In case you missed it, Creek Mary. Anybody else just now coming in? Hello, Mr. Wow, not good. Appreciate you coming in and hitting that thumbs up, Mr. I see you got videos with 2 subscribers. All right, let's play this video, and I won't take no more of your time, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in and hitting that thumbs up. Trump declares a public safety emergency in D.C., and he's saying the police department is not doing their job, that he's bringing in federal agents and, and different things like that, y'all.
So today we're declaring public safety emergency in the District of Columbia, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's fantastic, is taking command of the Metropolitan Police Department as of this moment. And I'll be making the appropriate, our new DEA administrator, who's one of the top in the country. He better be Terry, if you're not, I'm going to get rid of you so fast. Terry Cole. Terry, thanks. Very good. We just got him. Most highly recommended person. And you'll be designated as the interim federal commissioner of the Metropolitan Police Department. Okay? And you run them tough. They're good. You have a lot of good people. You have people that shouldn't be there. You also have people that shouldn't be there. They got in there because of woke. But you have a lot of great police. And those people are the ones that want to help you. This city will no longer be a sanctuary for illegal alien criminals. We will have full, seamless, integrated cooperation at all levels of law enforcement, and we'll deploy officers across the district with an overwhelming presence. You'll have more police, and you'll be so happy because you'll be safe. When you walk down the street, you're going to see police, or you're going to see FBI agents. We're going to have a lot of agents on the street. You're going to have a lot of essentially military, and we will bring in the military if it's needed, by the way. We're going to have National Guard. But Pete Hegseth will tell you about it. We will bring in the military if needed. People say, oh, that's so terrible. He's going to bring in, it's been used many times over the years.
Why do you need the military to round up homeless people? I don't know. Yes, mister, there was some people injured in this explosion in Pennsylvania. Sure was. They're not saying there's any casualties. They said there's like a mass casualty event, but many injuries. They're not saying there's anybody dead yet. But they did say there's people trapped under the rubble in Pennsylvania. So, yeah, I wanted to put that out there and make sure everybody knows. And word is, Trump, what was he saying the other day about recording police? That he's not going to have that anymore on video. It will become a $5,000 fine and prison time. Even in the act of the police committing crimes, I mean, to film police. What are we becoming? A communist state? Just saying, y'all. I mean, we are becoming a communist state. Hello, Max Maximus. I don't know why my internet slows down in the middle of a live stream. Let me open this door and get some fresh air. See if I can get it, the Wi-Fi to work a little bit better, because it's lunch break time, y'all. I'll cover it one more minute. Here I go. Explosion. Yeah, Coke plant. I don't know why they cut it. I don't think, is it a Coke plant? It said a steel company. I don't know much about it. I'm just, in case Mr. is still here. I don't know who you are, Mister, but appreciate you coming in. Keep coming. We'll get to know you. Anybody hurt? Let's go back to the story, Creek Mary, in case you missed it. And Mister, there's a song about you, Mister. Mister, I believe. All right. This is it, y'all. Please hit that thumbs up. Lisa C., thank you. Yes, I will. Thanks. A massive explosion. Let's get it covered, y'all. One more time for the good news people. Massive explosion and fire at U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works, Pennsylvania. A thunderous blast rocked the largest Coke production plant in North America earlier today. The largest Coke production plant, triggering a level 3 mass casualty incident, emergency crews, and this is the newest information, still the same information. So, yeah, this is pretty much no new information yet. Reports say multiple people are trapped. So, yeah, they're not saying if anybody's been killed or anything like that yet. They're just calling it a mass casualty event and say several people's been injured. To me, a mass casualty event would be like 100 people. But anymore, they throw that word out there when it's just a few people. I know y'all are seeing it again. No, I live in Georgia. You got to be careful with this hurricane coming, Miss Kathy. Kathy Berryman. I live in South Carolina. So, yeah. Multiple people injured after reported explosion at the U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works plant in Pennsylvania. And I played these videos earlier. It's not saying if there's really any casualties, except for one right here. Here's a report. Killing at least one person and leaving dozens injured, with some still trapped. So, yeah, this came in 18 minutes ago. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a good afternoon. And may the Lord bless you, keep you, and be with you. And remember, prayer changes things, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. And please hit that thumbs up on the way out, y'all, please.